Good morning, children. I welcome you back to your information technology class. Children, today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 9, computer networking. I know last we did chapter number 5, access, and directly we are jumping to chapter number 9. So don't get worried, we will get back to chapter number 6. Okay? Now, to start with this chapter, children, the first thing that I will ask is what is computer networking? What do you understand by this term? So, when you hear the word network, the first thing that can come into your mind is connection, right? Network. Increase your network, increase the connections, like that. So, in computer also, computers are also connected to each other. We will see in this chapter how and what are the areas and all. Okay, they cover in networking. So the definition of network, the technical definition would be a network is a group of resources and devices that can be linked to each other and shared within a group. So here resources would mean like whatever information you are taking from a source, that becomes a resource. Okay, so for example, if you're making a project about any topic, okay, then what would be a resource thing? You will fetch your information from internet, books of that topic, right? So the resource would be internet or books. So when we are taking information from any source, that is known as resource. And devices would mean your laptop, PC. Okay, these are computer, are the devices. So when computers are linked together, okay, and what do they share? They share information within that group, that is known as network. Okay, now computer network comprises of number of interconnected computers. Okay, so when two computers are connected, with that more computers are connected, so they form a computer network. And how they are connected, children? They are connected with the help of cables, mean wires, or satellite. Okay, when like physically two computers are not together here, okay, but still they can be connected. We can connect from here to like foreign countries, right? Now computer can do that. So video conferencing is one option, right? We can do that. How it is done? With the networking, right? When we are connected with networks. So computer can be connected with cables also and with satellite also. See children, there are so many softwares right now that like you can sit here and control anybody's laptop or computer with the help of those softwares. Like TeamViewer are there, okay, but the thing is that person needs to give you the consent. Okay, he needs to agree. He will discuss or give his ID password, then only you will be able to like control their computer. Fine. Now the very basic and common computer networking example is internet. Okay, we know what is internet and how we are connected to the entire world with the help of internet. Like right now you're sitting here, but you can see what is going on in the entire world because there are so many webcams. Okay, so many cameras are there, CCTV cameras are there, computers are there. So everyone is connected with the help of internet. So that is a computer networking. Okay, and internet is an example of global computer network. Why global? Because it is not only restricted to just a country, but we can fetch information from the entire universe and continent. Okay, from where like you can be in anywhere on this world and you can fetch information with the help of internet, right? Now where computer networks are used in business houses, educational institutions, hospitals, financial organizations. So we use networking in our school also, offices also, hospitals also. Fine. So these are the places where computer networking are used. Now children, computer network also has types. Okay, and that is divided according to the location, according to the range it is connected. Okay, so the very first is local area network. The word itself tell you that it is local. Local means for a small area, okay, and that network would work in a small area. And LAN is a very renowned acronym for this local area network. Acronym means short form of local area network, okay. Now LAN is a collection of personal computers. So I told you this is for small scale, smaller area. So personal computers are involved, okay, and other peripheral devices. Children, peripheral devices means like printer, okay, speaker. So these things that are connected to the computer at one location. So for this, all the computers that are connected with each other should be at one location, okay. Like for example, a school building, okay, or inside any building. So within that, LAN can be possible, okay. Here example is also given, office or house. So these are the area where LAN can be possible. Now LAN is normally arranged within a small area or close group comprising of small number of users. So very limited people can use it, fine, and just for one building, that's it. So this is the range that LAN has, that's it. Now next one is children, MAN. MAN is an acronym for metropolitan area. Now what is metropolitan, children? The word you must have heard, metropolitan cities. Metropolitan cities are those cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai. These are the cities. So this word itself tell you that MAN is for city, okay. MAN, this metropolitan area network, is for cities. So it covers a large area, like entire city it will cover, okay. And it is obviously larger than LAN because it covers the entire city. LAN is just for a building, fine. Different hardware devices and transmission media are used in MAN because it is for a larger scale. So different hardware devices are used for this, okay. And obviously when you are connecting the entire city, so transmission media, the media where through which all these transmissions will take place, will be used. Like children, our mobile phone towers, you must have seen so many towers in our locality, right? How do you think that this works, right? This can be example of MAN also. You can just connect it to this, fine. So with cities are connected together with this, okay. So MAN will work in city. MAN can be wired or wireless communication. See children, LAN was wired communication because it was for small area, it was wired, mean wires were used. That can be done. But for the entire city, it is not that possible to use wires. They can be wired, okay. Wires can be used, but there are also wireless communication used for MAN, okay. Now next one is WAN. WAN is wide area network. Now this is greater than MAN and LAN, okay. And what area this covers children? This is a large area network and this spreads across cities, states and even countries. So it will connect you globally. Not even it will it can connect cities also, state also, countries also, okay. So out of country, if you want to get connected, we use WAN system, okay. So in WAN, the network is set up by using microwaves, okay, radio waves and or satellites. So children, if you have like heard these word microwaves and radio waves in science, children, these are related to signals, children, okay. So with the help of signals, WAN works, okay. Now internet, which is spread throughout the world, is an example of WAN. So internet will come under WAN, right? And it is combination of many WANs also. So this is not just one WAN, many WAN, wide area networking, works under internet, okay. So children, we were discussing that how computer networking works, right? And for that, peripherals are needed and devices are needed, like cables and all these things are needed. So communication media and network devices, we are going to study that which all devices help us to help a computer to get connected in networking. Okay, so communication media, when you want to transfer data in the network from one device to another, communication media helps to do that. Okay, and you require medium or for this purpose a medium to transfer data. Okay, there are several media available for data transfer and communications, and these can be broadly classified as wired and wireless. Wired means wire would be used, and wireless mean no wires are used. Now we will see which are the wired things we will use in networking. Okay, so under wired media, children, see, which will help all the information to get transferred. Okay, so which all things are there under wired media, like twisted pair cables. Okay, now these cables are chosen very carefully, children, because you need to transfer a lot of data with this wire. Okay, and it should be very efficient. Fine, so there are so many wires that we use in networking. First one is twisted pair cable. Now the twisted pair will tell you the meaning that it is twisted. Okay, can you see this? So these are twisted pair means two. Okay, so two wires are used, and those two wires are insulated, which doesn't give shock. Okay, when you like these plastic coatings are there on this wire, children, when you will touch also you won't get shock. Okay, if they are very good. Fine, now copper wires are twisted together, so inside copper wires are used. And why wires are used, children? Because these have a superior electrical conductivity. Okay, these have a superior electrical conductivity, means it is a good conductor of electricity. Understand that? Fine, now each pair consists of two wires. Fine, each pair will have two wires, one used for positive data signal and other for negative data signal. You know that for flow of electricity you need electrons and protons, right? So negative and positive data signal, so two wires are there. Okay, now twisted pair cables have the advantage of being cost effective. These are not that expensive. Fine, these are cheap, these are flexible and easy for installation, very easy to manage. Okay, but there are limitation to this, children, because it is like cheap and flexible and can be easily installed, but there are limitation to it. Noise interference is there. Noise interference would mean, children, that if there is any signal of that, it can get disconnected, the information through this will be affected. Okay, and lose in signal intensity. So if there is any problem in this, what it is, it can lose signal intensity easily. Okay, and these are prone to wear and tear, means because these are cheap and of not that great quality, these can get cut. Okay, wear and tear means they can get cut also very easily, or they can break easily. Fine, twisted pair cables are used in telephone lines. Now not right now like mobiles we are using. Earlier we used to have landlines, right? And you used to hear like whenever you used to like pick it up, there would be some noises that can come. So children, that noise is noise interference. Okay, if the like this installation has not been done properly. Okay, if there is another connection going on, you can even hear the like cross connections used to happen a lot. You could hear the communication of other people also in this. So telephone lines are very good example of twisted pair cable. Okay, few other example are DSL lines and local area networks. Okay, in local area networks also we use twisted pair cable. Now children, people saw that there was so many problem with twisted pair cable. It was not able to transmit for a longer range, right? And noise interference was there. So there came a new cable that was used for networking, and that was coaxial cable. Now in coaxial cable, children, people tried to rectify all the things that was not in twisted pair cable. And how did they do that? In twisted pair cable, they provided two conductors. One was inside, okay, and it was coated with an insulator from outside. Then again there was a conductor to conduct electricity, and after that there was a outer shield that was known as jacket. And this, children, this protected from outer electrical signals. So with this jacket, this outer shield, what happened that noise interference problem was cancelled, okay, was rectified. So this jacket was very important. This was an insulating that opposes the flow of electricity. So if any signal that is coming from outside will not affect the signal that is going inside this cable, okay. So that is how this jacket used to help. Now when this design like came into use, what happened? We could transmit data for a greater range, okay. For larger range we can use this coaxial cable because it was very useful to transfer data or signals, fine. So this was better than twisted pair cable. Now second thing it helped is noise interference. It reduced the noise interference because this jacket doesn't allow outer signal to affect the internal signals, fine. Now where do you see these cables, children? You will see these cables as cable TV. Where in your home, in your locality, you must have seen this cable wires. So these cable wires are so thick, right? Why they are thick? Because they are made like this. A conductor is there, then insulator is there, then again conductor is there, then there is a special coating outside. So this helps to reduce the noise interference, okay. Now next thing is optical fiber cable. This was much better than coaxial cables, and that we will study how. So let's study how they are made and why they are designed like this, okay. Now in optical fiber, children, you will see that there are thin glass fibers like this, okay, thin glass fibers. And why they are used, children? These are used to carry information in a high speed, okay. Now speed was also very necessary because if you don't get information with full speed, then people get tired, right? They get tired very easily, and they lose their interest. So you need to transmit information at high speed, and glass fibers can do that, okay. Now these can also transmit data at high range frequencies also. With typical optical fiber, children, what happens? There is a narrow strand of glass called core, okay. Around the core is a concentric, you know concentric, right, which have same center, okay. So they have concentric layers of glass called cladding, fine. Now these optical fibers they work on a principle that is called core refracts the light and guides the signal along its way. Means the thing is, there are layers by layer, okay. One circle is there, then another circle is there, concentric layers of glass is there, okay. And those signals go from like this, okay. They will bounce from the layer to layer, okay. I will provide you with a image to understand this optical fiber design, fine. Now it helps signals to go to the higher range like this without any interferences. Now optical cable this optical fiber cable, they provide faster speed. These are the advantages of it. It provides faster speed of transmission and can carry a large number of signals at the same time, okay. It won't get burdened with like it won't get affected if large number of information has been sent through this, okay. They are very flexible and very resistant. Resistant means it will resist the noise that comes from outside. They have the limitations of being expensive. The only limitation to this is that these are expensive because of their design. Okay, so children, we will do today till this chapter. Okay, just read this whatever we have completed, and I will provide you with images of this twisted pair, coaxial pair and optical fiber to understand the designs of this. So read that out, and if you have any doubt, just message me and I will clarify. Fine. So this was all. Thank you and have a great day ahead.